Today we are joined by the Guillen family, by Mayra Guillen and her family, in the search for Vanessa Guillen. We are here to provide support for the family, as we have in other families in the past, to make sure that they get the answers that they deserve. Oftentimes in our community, things happen, and because of lack of knowledge and because of lack of understanding and because of lack of respect, we don't get the answers that we deserve. So today we stand in solidarity with the Guillen family to make sure that we ask for several things. Number one is we ask for a federal investigation on what's happening. Number two is that we ask the public that if they have any knowledge of any credible leads to what happened to Vanessa, that they come forward. And number three, we also ask for public support so that they can continue to uphold and lift this family during this very difficult time. As you can see, unfortunately, Vanessa's mom is not able to join us today. She is overwhelmed because of the more than a month that she has had to deal with this issue. So we send our thoughts to her, we send our prayers to her to uplift her, and at the same time, we are going to continue to work and we're going to continue to support this family during this very difficult time. Mi nombre es César Espinosa y soy director ejecutivo de Fiel. Hoy estamos aquí para apoyar a la familia de Vanessa Guillen en estos tiempos tan difíciles. En nuestra comunidad a veces hay muchos de estos casos que suceden y desafortunadamente por falta de información, por falta de respeto, no se les da a las familias las respuestas que ellos merecen. Estamos aquí para apoyar a la familia Guillen en estos tiempos tan difíciles y como ustedes pueden notar, la mamá de Vanessa no puede estar aquí con nosotros porque ella está sumamente cansada por más del mes que ella está teniendo que luchar para que le den información del paradero de su hija. Estamos pidiendo varias cosas hoy. Número uno, estamos pidiendo que haya una investigación federal, una investigación real en lo que pasó con Vanessa Guillen y lo que está pasando. El otra cosa que estamos pidiendo es que estamos pidiendo apoyo en la comunidad para que apoyen a esta familia en recibir las respuestas que ellos se merecen. Y número tres, queremos que la comunidad venga junto para que juntos como comunidad podamos encontrar la justicia y podamos resolver todas las dudas que esta familia tiene en dónde está su ser querido. Ahora vamos a tener a Mayra Guillen, que es la hermana mayor de Vanessa, y ella va a dar un poco de puntos y al final vamos a dar puntos. Ella va a hablar primero en inglés y después va a dar un statement en español. So we're not going to have Mayra Guillen, who is Vanessa's sister. She's going to come up and talk about her sister and talk about what the family is doing, and she'll make a statement first in English and then in Spanish. So Mayra.
Hi. Thank you. My name is Vanessa Guillen. I'm Vanessa Guillen's older sister, only older sister. Pretty much, I'm here to talk a bit about my sister. She's a current soldier in the U.S. Army. She's a private first class. She has been missing since April 22nd of this year. It happened inside of a federal building, military base, and we still don't get answers as to who, what, where exactly, and why. Main reason being why. We ask for the public's help to keep the word out. Her case, it won't remain silent. I know there's been a previous case in the same base, Gregory Weedle. He's been missing over 6 months now, and we don't want the same thing to happen with my sister. We're not going to allow it to. So I'm asking for the public's help to keep her name out and about. She deserves to be known. She never hurt anyone. She's a very loving person. Whoever meets Vanessa will always remember her for what she is. She always leaves a mark on whoever she meets. She always leaves a mark, and I have Frida as well. She's been helping me a lot here in Houston, giving the word out, having all kinds of fundraisers and stuff to help us, and it's really hard, to be honest with you guys. It's something that I never thought at the age of 21 I would have to be dealing with, such a big problem. It's something that I don't have a normal life anymore. I have to keep pushing until I find her because I have faith in God that we're going to find her and it's going to be soon. And I don't want this to keep happening. If it already happened to one soldier, my sister was the next one. Who's going to be the third one? I don't want us to allow that to happen to the people that are supposed to defend us. If there's something to happen or anything, they're going to be the ones that look out for us. So if we don't take care of them, who is? So I want to ask everyone to please keep the word out and help us strive for our goal, which is, ultimately, I don't want the case to belong to CID anymore because they can't give us information. I wish that bigger agencies such as the FBI, I know they're involved, but I wish that they would take over. I'm currently working with Sylvia Garcia, Congresswoman, and Ms. Carol Alvarado, Senate, and they're going to help me reach my goal, hopefully, and in order to find Vanessa. Any questions?
Maya, can you just describe I know that the CDI, which is the military investigation force, has said that they have been in touch with the family. That they put in about 500 soldiers to do some search in the base, and they claim that they're doing their investigation. They cannot release to the family any details of the investigation because it's still in process. Is that enough for you guys?
Honestly, it's not. I haven't seen proof as to what they claim that there's been searches going on. I haven't seen a flight log where it shows that they've done over 100 hours of flight. I haven't seen anything that proves to me that they are actually searching. I had an investigation going on my side completely separate from theirs, and I found out certain details that didn't match what they were telling me. So therefore, this is why it became such a big problem. So it's something that I have met with them and whatnot, but I just really do hope that they're doing their job because from my point of view, it looks like they're not. Sí, so CID es quien está a cargo de el caso de mi hermana. Yo pido que por favor una agencia mayor tome cargo del caso porque yo siento que ellos no están haciendo todo lo posible por encontrarla. Básicamente yo tuve una investigación aparte de la que ellos tienen por mi lado y descubrí ciertos detalles que no comprueban con lo que ellos me han dicho. Son cosas así que perturban y no sé si me están diciendo la verdad.
We also want to highlight that it's important that the family gets full transparency from the federal government and from the hood. One of the things that we've been asked by our membership and people far and wide is, how is this a military base yet you don't know what's exactly happening in your base? So the family, I think, has the same question, and they need that answer. Is how is this a federally protected site? How is it a military base? You don't know what's happening inside your own base. So una de las cosas que también la familia ha recalcado es que ellos necesitan transparencia de toda la investigación. ¿Cómo es que esta es una base militar y no se sabe quién entra, quién sale, no se sabe qué está pasando exactamente dentro de la base? So parte, y es triste que lo tengamos que pedir, pero para nuestras familias estamos que haya transparencia en todos estos procesos y que se les diga paso por paso qué es lo que van a hacer para buscar las respuestas que ellos se merecen. So it's sad that we have to ask for this, but in many of our cases, with our families, we have to ask for step-by-step of what they're going to do so that our families can get answers. So now we're going to have Frida Hernandez, who's a friend of Vanessa. She's going to come forward and talk all about how long it's been since Vanessa has been missing.
Do I speak in English first or English first? Okay. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name's Frida Hernandez. It's okay. Hello everyone, my name's Frida Hernandez. I had the pleasure of growing up with Vanessa, and I met her my freshman year of high school where we played 3 sports. And I just have to highlight the fact that it's been 50 days without knowing anything about her. I can tell you how desperate and sad the family feels, and the fact that a woman can't be safe in a military base, which is supposed to be high rank protected anymore, and how is this gonna just ensure to women who are thinking of joining the military to be safe anymore. So we just please ask that if anyone knows information to just come forward because it has been too long. And I don't think any mother deserves to feel this way. And I can tell you that Vanessa has dreams of just going to college after the military and studying kinesiology, but this is something that she may or may not do anymore because of something that she's not even guilty for. So if you know any information, just please come forward, and if you're able to help as well, just spreading her case on social media. I was able to create a page which which thanks to the public, we have a lot of followers now, but just keep spreading your case because I know that this isn't the first time a soldier disappears in that base, and it is just sad that people who are serving the country get paid this way. So if anyone knows anything, just come forward. Buenas tardes a todos, mi nombre es Frida Hernández. Yo tuve el placer de conocer a Vanessa en el grado noveno de la preparatoria y solo quiero decirles que hoy es el día número 50 de no saber nada de Vanessa y no creo que sea justo que una muchacha de 20 años ahorita no esté con su familia, no esté hablando con su mamá. Ella tiene metas por alcanzar, ella todavía quiere estudiar en la preparatoria, en la colegio, y quiero que se haga justicia por ella y por todos los soldados que han desaparecido, no de esta base, en todos los Estados Unidos, porque no creo que sea justo de que alguien que quiera servir a su patria le estén pagando por eso. Así que si alguien sabe, por favor, diga algo y ayúdenos a compartir esta noticia que yo quiero a mi amiga y como su familia la quiere para atrás en su casa.
So on the 50th day of Vanessa's disappearance, we asked for several things. Number one is we asked for the public's help, that if they know something, if they have a credible lead on this case, that they please come forward and not be afraid. Number two is the petition for the White House has already reached over 100,000 signatures, and we ask for the community to continue to support and sign this petition so that the federal government may launch a federal investigation on the whereabouts of Vanessa. The family is also hosting a series of events this weekend near Fort Hood, and so we ask for the public, if they can make it out there, if it's safe for them to do so, that they support the family on Friday the 12th at 4 p.m. Outside of the thing, and that they refer to the Find Vanessa Guillen page on Facebook and also findvanessaguillen.com for more information on the events that the family is hosting. And finally, we ask that every single person that is touched by the story, that reaches the story, that they share the information so that if somebody knows something, that they can say something. And that's some of the asks that we're asking for the family. We also want to thank Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia for starting her own process with the federal government on the whereabouts of Vanessa Guillen, and we're going to be working in tandem with the family in her office so that we may get the answers that the family deserves. So hay varias cosas que queremos pedir hoy. Número uno es que la familia y el público siga apoyando a esta familia. Si ven algo, que digan algo, y que si tienen algún seguimiento creíble a dónde está Vanessa Guillen, que les por favor puedan contactar a la familia y no tengan temor de poder dar esta información a la familia que tanto la necesita. La otra cosa es que a 50 días de la desaparición de Vanessa, ya la petición para la Casa Blanca ha llegado a 100,000 firmas. Podemos llegar hasta 1 millón y hay que buscar llegar a todo eso. So, le pedimos a las personas, al público, que sigan compartiendo la historia, que sigan compartiendo la información y que sigan exhortando a sus familiares que firmen esta petición. La familia también va a tener una serie de eventos este fin de semana cerca de Fort Hood, so les pedimos por favor que se refieran a la página de Find Vanessa Guillen en Facebook y findvanessaguillen.com para más información de los eventos. Y finalmente le agradecemos a la congresista Sylvia García por empezar su investigación federal, su investigación congresional para buscar las respuestas a las preguntas que tiene la familia Guillen. So at this time we'll take questions. And if there's no questions, then I'm sure Mayra can stick around for some additional questions, but you can go forward. Yeah. So is there any questions that they have?
Una de las preguntas es, Vanessa no era una persona nuevecita. ¿Puedes describir todo el proceso que ya llevaba Vanessa en su carrera militar, desde su entrenamiento hasta el momento que pasó lo que sucedió?
Sí, she started off in South Carolina for what they call the boot camp. I actually flew out over there for her ceremony and whatnot to visit her and, spend some days with her. And after that, she went over to Virginia for about 13 weeks for her actual training in arms repair. From there, she was stationed in Fort Hood, and we were actually happy about it because she was so close to home, just a 3-hour drive. We were actually excited that she was going to stay close to the family. Now, with everything going on, she would start pointing out to me that she didn't like Fort Hood as much as she liked Virginia. And I started getting concerned, but I was like, she's young. She probably doesn't want to stay in the military anymore or stuff like that, but that wasn't the case. It all points out that somebody was bothering her inside the base, and we don't think it's fair that she wanted to pursue something and somebody stopped her from doing that.
When was the last time that you spoke with her and what was the conversation?
The last time I spoke with her was on Tuesday. Tuesday, the week that would have been the 21st. So the day before we did speak, she had texted me in regards to looking into vehicles for her birthday, September 30th. She was actually pretty excited. I was going to help her, pick her car, everything, and that's the last thing that we talked about. Yes, she had actually texted her boyfriend that she was going to go into work and she would text back as soon as she could, and that text never came back. No, because they claim that it's a federal building, the use of cameras, it's only in certain places, and the not excuse, but what they told me was that they have an honor code that the soldiers should follow in order for all of them to protect themselves. That's what they told me.
En ese momento de lo que pasaba, ¿estaba ella vestida militar o traía ropa normal? En inglés y en español.
Whether she had her civil clothes on or her military uniform, I don't know. According to the investigation, she had civil clothes on. I'm not sure why. If you're going to work in your military, you should be wearing a uniform. But I honestly believe that at this point, she usually wears her civil clothes anyways under her uniform. So by any guesses, I would strongly believe she was wearing both. So yo creo... Okay. Ella ya va a cumplir 2 años este junio 10, 11 en el militar, y para mí eso... Ella estaba muy feliz en Sur Carolina. Yo fui a su ceremonia y participé en unos eventos con ella. Después en Virginia tuvo su entrenamiento. Luego ella llegó aquí a Fort Hood y es donde ella empezó a decirme que no le gustaba tanto como en Virginia. So yo siento que la causa de ese disgusto fue porque alguien la molestaba en la base y alguien perturbó sus metas y sus sueños de seguir luchando por el país y por ella misma, y no es justo para nosotros ahora tener que estar pasando por todo esto.
What's the official story that they're giving you out of Fort Hood?
From Fort Hood CID, they did cross out the AWOL suspicion. They 9 out of 10 they always point out she went AWOL or deserter, but they crossed that out. They said definitely that was not the case. All her belongings are there, every single thing, except her cell phone, of course, that we still can't find up to this date. And the last thing being there in Fort Hood, it has us, feeling really, it makes me feel that I should have no respect for those military people and that they should be doing every single thing that they can in order to find her.
Have any other soldiers come forward for this right now?
No, I haven't spoken to any other soldier. I believe that they were told not to speak to us, and even including her friends, I haven't spoke to any one of them, and I don't find it right either as to if you claim to have, loved my sister as a sister of your own, and you don't tell the family that you're doing everything you can. That just tells me a lot about the people that she would hang out with inside.
I noticed that there have been a lot of silence in regards of the state authorities, the governor, the lieutenant
Right.
governor, the state attorney general. Is that something that concerns you, that there's sort of complacent attitude in regards of this
It
case?
does. It does concern me. I've tried to reach out to Governor Greg Abbott. I haven't had a success in that. I haven't talked to anyone but the Colonel Overland from the 3rd Cavalry that my sister is in, but higher authority than that, no. And I feel that at this point, it came to the point where they should reach out. It's their responsibility, and they should be helping us as well with everything that they can.
In that point, we also want to point out that it's important that they treat the Vanessa case with as importance as they would any other case. If another family were to come forward they would have already found answers for them. So that's why it's important. That's why we highlight the courage of the Guillen family to make sure that they get the answers that they deserve. And so we're going to be pitching different ideas, but part of the idea is that we petition the governor, the lieutenant governor, to take action as they would in any other case, because it's already been 50 days, and we want to highlight that it has been 50 days since the family does not know the whereabouts of Vanessa Guillen. Mayra, if you could talk to somebody and tell them, you have the cameras in front of you, tell them encourage them to come forward with any information that they have, even her fellow soldiers.
Right, so I feel that someone had to have seen something in a base where 40 plus soldiers reside, 40,000 plus soldiers live there. I feel that somebody at some point would have been able to notice something, and the fact that they're not speaking up, it only makes things worse for everyone. And if it's a certain someone that knows what happened and won't speak up for any reason, just know that sooner or later it's all going to get worse. And it's just much easier if they speak up now rather than later, because just the consequences are just going to get bigger, and they can stop everything now rather than another month from now, which would make it worse for them and whoever did this.
Can you say that in español?
Sí, de hecho yo siento que alguien sabe algo, alguien tuvo que haber visto algo, por más que me digan que no. Yo sé que en esa base hay más de 40,000 militares y alguien en algún momento tuvo que ver algo. Siento que esa persona debería venir al frente y ya de una vez decir y salvarse a él mismo o ella misma y a mi hermana, para que las consecuencias no sean más grandes de lo que deben de ser, porque todavía estamos a tiempo de arreglarlo todo y que no pase un mes más.
En tu investigación, ¿qué es la pregunta o las preguntas que no te han contestado, que tú quieres que te conteste esta administración del fuerte, en inglés y en español?
My thing there, what bothers me the most is how her chain of command did not react and function how they should have. The day she went missing, no one reached out to me, no one called me or my mother. I had to start looking for phone numbers, calling them, asking them, and I went there the same day myself, and I was told to come back the next day. So it's things like that it could have been, all of this could have been avoided in a couple of days if they would have put themselves to it, but her chain of command, it failed, and I just don't know how, why. It just makes me think that they had something to do with it, because if they didn't react as fast as any other sergeants would for their soldiers, it says a lot. So yo siento que quien mandaba a mi hermana, su comando falló bastante, porque ellos no reaccionaron tan rápido como deberían. Si miraron que ella no regresó después de un par de horas, ¿por qué no la empezaron a buscar ese mismo día? ¿Por qué no llamaron a la familia? ¿Por qué no le llamaron a mi mamá, a mí? Los números de teléfonos están disponibles. Yo tuve que ir el mismo día, me di cuenta, tuve que llamar, nadie me llamó a mí. Ellos dicen que me llamaron, eso no es cierto. Solo espero que ahora sí estén colaborando y que estén haciendo lo que deben, porque si no, solo me hace pensar que ellos tuvieron algo que ver con lo que le pasó a mi hermana.
¿Has recibido algún apoyo del gobernador, de los senadores John Ford y Ted Cruz?
No, todavía no, y espero que reciban el mensaje y vean lo que está pasando.
So we've been following this all the way up to when we can't get out.
Right, thank you.
But what I guess what a lot of people want to know on the military side, still, since the last time we spoke, has her unit or has anyone from her unit reached out to you and said anything to you?
No, they have not. The only person that I've spoken with is Colonel Overland. We did speak in regards to what they've been doing, pretty much just the searches. They don't get into much detail about it, but they do promise that they're still doing everything that they can. And all I can tell them is, okay, I'll take your word for it, but I need proof. Sooner or later, you're going to have to show me something that says, here's a flight log, here's the picture, videos of the terrain we've been covering, things like that they haven't shown me, but they just by word of mouth, they claim that they have, but that's the only person that has reached out from the 3rd Cavalry Regiment, nobody else.
So I know that there is an event going on this weekend.
Right.
Has the unit spoke out, or have they said that they're going to be there or they're going to speak or anything?
No, they have not. I actually believe that they've been told to keep their distance from us. I've seen some messages or comments where they were told that whatever wasn't posted by CID for them to remove it off social media.
And last question, on the Facebook pages and the groups that I've seen, there's been so many mentions of other soldiers that's gone missing and other incidents. How does that make you feel knowing that so many other soldiers and family members are missing their family members from Philadelphia?
Honestly, it's sad to see all of this happen to our soldiers. I don't know why they've been taking so long to take action, but everybody fights for what they love, and at this point, if anyone else wants to join us on Friday, any other family members, anyone else that's been or has gone through the same thing, they can feel more than welcome to. We'll be there for them, and this won't stop until we get concrete answers. I can promise that.
Para la información que tienen hasta el momento y con el periodo que ha pasado de 50 días, ¿qué sientes tú como hermana? ¿Qué sientes que está pasando con ella?
La verdad, en el fondo de mi corazón, yo siento que mi hermana está viva. Quien la tenga bajo su mando ahorita, por cualquier razón que haya sido, solo espero que por lo menos le den de comer, le den agua, porque yo sé que ella sabe cómo soy yo como su hermana, de que una vez que me propongo algo llego hasta el final, hasta cumplirlo, y tengo mis días en que siento que ya no puedo, que me voy a dar por vencida, pero luego me acuerdo que ella está en una posición mucho más peor y que tengo que hacer todo para encontrarla. Right. So, from the bottom of my heart, I strongly believe that my sister is alive, that whoever is keeping her hostage is doing it for a reason, because they know that at this point, if we find her deceased, it's just going to be much worse. And I just hope that they are keeping her okay by providing her with food, water, just the basic necessities until, we get to the bottom of this, because Vanessa knows that I'm the type of person to keep pushing, keep striving until I get to the bottom of it. There's days where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much. I'm only 21. I would have never thought that I'd find myself going through all of this at such a young age, but it's an experience that I've learned a lot from, and I just hope that sooner or later this gets resolved.
If you can speak to your sister right now, to her message, what would that be?
If Vanessa were to hear this, she knows what a strong bond we had ever since we've been little. We've been sharing one room. When she comes to visit us for the weekend, she knows that room is hers. Anything that's mine is hers. She knows that all her family, we all had major respect for her joining the Army. We love her a lot, and just hold on. We're gonna get to the bottom of everything, and you're gonna be back home to continue with your plans, and that I love her a lot.
Mucha gente está preguntando en Facebook de Vanessa Guillen dónde unirse, dónde ir a apoyarlos en estas próximas semanas.
Sí.
¿Puedes invitar a todos en inglés y en español?
Sí. El viernes va a ser una protesta de paz. Va a ser en las esquinas de Rancier y South Fort Hood. La información exacta está en la página de Find Vanessa Guillen. La misa sería el siguiente día, el sábado, en la única iglesia católica que hay en Killeen, que es St. Joseph's. Y sí pedimos que si nos pueden acompañar, que por favor lo hagan. Entre más gente mejor, y hay que llegar hasta el final. So we are having on Friday a peaceful protest in order to raise awareness, and whoever wants to join us again, feel free to do so, especially those families. And special to Gregory's mother, Kim, feel more than free to come join us so we can also know what happened to Gregory and get to the bottom of this, because I know for her it's much worse. It's been over 6 months, I think close to 9 months, and I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that if we can do it for Vanessa, we can do it for Gregory. We can do it all together, and feel more than free to join us Friday. And then Saturday, we will be having a mass in honor of my sister, to keep her faith strong, keep her spirit up, and Again, it's going to be at St. Joseph's Catholic Church, the only church in Killeen, which is Catholic, so it'll be easy to find. Regardless, all the information, it's in the Find Vanessa Guillen page. And any further questions, Frida, she's in charge of the page. She'll be more than happy to help get the word out.
Real quick, Myra, you brought up the protest, and also on Friday, we, of course, covered the previous one and have seen the large amount of people that have come out to the area to kind of talk about why it's so important that we're on day 50 to keep putting that pressure, not only on Fort Hood, but those in the community to kind of say something.
Right. So for me, it's important because many young people, they have the motive to wanting to join, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, any type of defense that we have in our country, they're willing to join, but as they start knowing about these things, they start doubting. So I'm starting to ask myself, 10 years from now, who's going to want to defend our country? People grow old. All of us are going to get older eventually in the military there. Of course, they're not going to be able to serve in 10 years. They'll retire. And I'm asking myself, because we've had a lot of people at this point drop out already, like get out of the Army. And other people that we knew that wanted to strive to get in, they're no longer wanting to enlist. So it just makes me think, hey, like in the long run, this is going to affect the entire community. No one's going to want to enlist anymore because of fear. Hey, the same thing might happen to me, especially for women at this point, because, women and men, because Gregory was a male, my sister, she's a female, and, at this point, they're going to be scared to enlist. And, of course, we don't want that to happen, but it's just something, to think about in the long run. It's really going to affect everyone and everything.
And I apologize for this question next. I know we have to keep pushing Fort Hood.
Right.
On a daily basis, almost with more information. We haven't heard anything. Have y'all been told anything as far as what the scope of their investigation or push is?
So, their investigation, it's really private. I understand that, it's to some point to keep Vanessa safe and keep us safe, but I do feel that as her family, we deserve to know important details, like who was working with her that day, stuff like that. And, they don't give those to us, but as long as I hope that they really are working up to this point and they've talked to every single person in her chain of command, because that's who I'm strongly betting on, because they failed on her tremendously. Like I said, nobody called me the day of. I had to find out on my own.
Aquí la página de Vanessa están también diciendo que la gente no se una al Army hasta que no encuentren a Vanessa, hasta que no encuentre a Gregory,
Cierto.
hasta que no encuentre a los desaparecidos en todas las bases en los Estados Unidos. ¿Qué dices de ese mensaje?
Me motiva que la gente esté pensando un paso adelante de lo que ya habíamos pensado, porque para serle honesto, ya estábamos planeando en ir a las oficinas donde reclutan a los jóvenes para poder decirles que tengan cuidado, no desanimarlos, decirles no firmes, pero para poder advertirles que no es lo que les prometen al principio, que hay muchos más riesgos en los que tienen que tener en mente, especialmente siendo tan jóvenes como mi hermana, que ella entró a la edad de 18. Son cosas que no sé, que les prometen muchas cosas que al final no son. Espero que esto se resuelva pronto para que ya no haya miedo, para que la gente siga haciendo lo que tiene que hacer por defender al país.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mayra and Frida, for being here. Thank you for Vanessa's friends and family for continuing to support this. If you're watching this on Facebook Live or whether you're watching the news later, we ask you that you please share the information to continue to support this family. We as FIEL are committed to help the Guillen family in whatever we can to make sure that they get the answers that they deserve. And we're putting all of our resources and our connections behind them so that we can get them the result that they deserve. After 50 days, we need answers, and we need answers now. And after 50 days, we want to remind the federal government that Vanessa took an oath to protect this nation, and we need the favor returned. We need the federal government and the Army to return that same level of protection that Vanessa swore to give to the United States. So, después de 50 días, queremos exhortar y queremos agradecer a la familia Guillen por su valentía y su fortaleza los vamos a seguir apoyando. Nosotros como FIEL estamos poniendo nuestros recursos para poder ayudar a la familia a buscar las respuestas que ellos se merecen. Y después de 50 días le pedimos al gobierno federal y a las Fuerzas Armadas que honoren la promesa que Vanessa hizo de proteger este país y que ellos regresen el favor protegiendo a Vanessa y a su familia y dándoles las respuestas que ellos se merecen. So that will conclude the press conference. If there's any other follow-up questions, Mayra will be here for a few minutes afterwards. We ask that you be mindful because she's very tired, like her mom is after 50 days. So just keep that in mind. And moving forward, we'll send out another statement about what's happening on Friday with location and where you can follow the feed as well. So Mayra va a estar aquí unos minutos después. Les pedimos que piensen también que ella está muy cansada como su mamá. Pero vamos a mandar la información de lo que va a pasar el viernes en otro comunicado para que quiera seguir eso, lo pueda seguir. Thank you so much for being here. Gracias, and thank you, Mayra, for being